Namaste, beautiful beings. This is Belinda and welcome to L.E.A.F, Live Enlightened and Free's cosmic channel. And I'm so excited to be here with you. I want to share with you a little bit of insights for this 2021 and do a short oracular reading for us so that we can see where we're going. So we look at 2021 from the very start. We add all the numbers up, it's a 5. From the numerology systems that I've studied, the 5 is a great representation of, well, there's many aspects of this. It's a great teacher, maybe a spiritual teacher. It's also a spiritual teaching. It's also a transformation, going through great change. And if we look how all the planets are aligned in this new year, just before this new year started, or on winter solstice, on that great conjunction, we look how all the planets are moving, we start to see that the energy is moving just a little bit more quicker. So the things that you have been experiencing in life, maybe the slowness or feeling stuck, you can start to see energy is moving forward. Also from a Vedic astrology point of view, there is going to be like a little bit of, it's not going to be for everybody, it just depends where Saturn is in your chart and how that is being affected. We've had the great conjunction, and we've also had what we call the super conjunction with Saturn and Jupiter and Mercury. They all came together at also a time when we were having this first new moon of 2021, which was in Capricorn. So this year is starting with almost like a big bang type of energy, where Saturn is in your birth chart. That's going to show you how you're going to transverse, I say, the next couple of months into April. This is from a Vedic perspective. Look where Saturn is in your chart and see how that can help you understand your path for those next couple of months. So as we move through that, we can start to see where we're truly going. So the other thing too I want to share with you is Eris, which is an asteroid. She has just come out of retrograde. She's got a very, very long orbit, and Eris is this representation, I may have mentioned this before in previous videos, of this goddess that wasn't invited to a party, and so she got kind of upset about the fact that she was the only one that was not invited, and so she did a couple of different things with the golden apple, and all the goddesses were trying to win this great prize, and so she kind of mucked things up just a little bit because it created like the Trojan War. So that's this Eris type of energy. We have been seeing it if you watch TV or listen to the news or even on social media. You'll see that there's been sort of almost like this rioting type of energy that has been coming through, and so there is this energy where we will still be going through sort of upheaval and great change, and that's part of what we're going through, is this upheavaling for great change. So let's see how oracle energy, the regular energy, can help us transverse this time in our life so we can go through this with a greater perspective. And there is this idea that we are in fact actually getting a little bit of a brain mental state. I call it like the human mindset update. There we go, the human mindset updates. So we are going through this. So old ideas that aren't yours, this was Pluto conjunct the new moon, this energy, what is not your ideas, or ideas that have been imprinted upon you, all that stuff's been shown so that you can start to have a clear idea. But it's always a choice too, right? It's if you're deciding to wake up and say, oh yeah, let me just be a little bit more aware of my environment, maybe a little bit more discerning of where I put my nose or who I let into my house. Maybe at this time you're not letting people into your house. But there is that type of energy of discernment, waking up your mind on a mental and spiritual aspect as well. This is a great time. We're also valuing our lives a little bit differently. We may be valuing, some people are definitely finding a deeper connection to their body temple, to their health, to their wellness, to what food they putting into the bodies. I've definitely spoken to a couple of people that are experiencing that. So everyone's experiencing this differently, but it is a hero's journey that is unfolding. It's the beginning of a new journey. So what the energy is asking for us is to let all the old ideas go. So let's have that as an idea. How can we let all the old ideas go? Let's take a deep breath in together. A full breath out. Just allow yourself to be here. And the best way to be is to be just empty of mind, not thinking of any questions, just allowing guidance to guide us. How about that? Let's take another deep breath in together. And then exhale all the air out, and allow yourself to be. And let us listen and see what guidance is bringing for us. And I love this because the card says magic on it. It also says alchemy. This is a very alchemical time, that Pluto energy that's going to still be in Capricorn for some time. It's about 2024. So we're going through this alchemization of ourselves as well. It also feels like, if I show you the card, like a rebirthing, a birthing of ourself, our true self, something inside of us. And I keep seeing this energy, something inside of us wants to be rebirthed or birthed. It's an intelligence that lives within inside of us. The 43 on the card, there's a lot of stories in the 43. So it's a place about being in the heart. That was 2020 teaching us to be back in our heart center. The 3 is connecting us with this idea that we're just not alone here. There's great spirits, and then there's this grace that allows us to be in existence, and then there's the expression of us. So it's also like the great trinity, if you will. And you put that alchemy together, and it shows a path that opens up. And it's a path that's helping us explore our inner truth. So maybe inside of us, it's time for us to explore our inner truth. What's really unwinding through you? What wants to come out for you? And I see that unwinding through the spiraling that's happening in the card here. It's almost like our, people like to call this our blueprint, or like some people like to talk about our DNA getting an upgrade. So in this sort of picturing of that, it's a great electrical, spiritual upgrading, a great alchemy that's happening. They talk about a new humanity, a new world, a new earth. This is formulating no matter where you are on your path and what you are experiencing. And maybe if you are watching this, and you can always tell me by just leaving a comment below, if you are on this path and this actually resonates with you, that you can see that all the old you is falling away, and you feel yourself almost being reprogrammed or unprogrammed from the old programming, and realizing that there's something greater, which is actually you in all of this. So maybe as we go through this unchanging, this great changing world, this sort of bumpy roads that we've been going through, these transformations that we're all going through on many levels. Some days you're going to feel really good, and this is astrology too, and then some days you're going to feel like, what is going on, and where's that rock, or where's that hole? Or maybe you're feeling yourself like being pushed through a trajectory and it feels really good, and in that you're still changing. Everyone's going to go through this differently. This is all based on who we are, why we are, numerology, and our soul's choosing, and our astrology as well. But it really feels like there's this unwinding that wants to come through. Are you ready for your personal unwinding? So this alchemy and magic is happening no matter what. So may as well stand on the top of the wave, like the pinnacle point of the wave, that crest of the wave. And from that place, you can start to see the greater ocean that's awaiting you. And just not in that moment where you feel yourself maybe, you know, you feel high, and then the next moment you feel like you're crashing the wave coming down. But there is a rhythm to life, and that's what we're learning too, is to find our natural rhythm. This is this is Mars on his journey. He's just moved into Taurus. So we're learning to value what is truly right. What is the thing that you want in your heart? That is the one thing, what is the one thing that you want to bring home and to flourish? Let us focus our minds on that. That's that new idea and that new perspective. And then on top of all of that, just to add in, this is guidance that's been coming in, is that the ideas that we thought that the world should be, or how we imagine it, let us open our minds even greater to a greater experience. And this is the Aquarian age for all of humanity. That's the Aquarian mind. So hopefully that made some sense. You can always come into L.E.A.F, and you can always find great things in L.E.A.F to support you. From crystals, I recommended before we were going, I think on solstice, I recommended pyrite. It's such a powerful stone, especially for finding your truth and your abundance and your inner power. And then that clear quartz as well. I likened that for coming into the new year. It's a great way for us to really keep our energy clear our minds clear, and really focus on the intentions that we want. You can always take a clear quartz crystal, you can write your intention for 2021 down, or just an affirmation, and place that crystal on that, and that will start to amplify the energy for you. These are great tools that we can easily do for ourselves. So coming to L.E.A.F, we got all beautiful crystals, we got all beautiful journals and things that can help you on your journey, or even an oracle deck to give you the guidance that you need each day. So hopefully all of that made sense. This is Belinda Pearl, and so from my heart to yours, may you always be blessed. Namaste. And again, you can always come to L.E.A.F. You can always find L.E.A.F online too. L.E.A.F at Live Enlightened and Free, or L.E.A.F Embrace Your Ranch. And also just to let you know that L.E.A.F will be moving soon to a new bigger location, so watch out for that. That'll be probably around springtime, so just the perfect time for new beginnings. Again, from my heart to yours, may you always be blessed. Namaste.